Let's be honest. Doesn't it feel like things are kind of spiraling out of control? Like the world is more chaotic, more divided, and just more dangerous than ever before? Well, you're not imagining it. Something feels fundamentally broken. But what if the real problem isn't what we think it is? What if the real fight isn't left versus right, but something else entirely? We're going to break down a whole new way to see what's really going on. Okay, just imagine this for a second. We grab someone from the year 1750 and poof, we drop them right into today. The leap from their world to ours, with smartphones and nuclear weapons and the global internet, the shock would be so massive it might literally kill them. See, for most of human history, jumping a few centuries wasn't that big of a deal. A Roman from year 1 could probably hang in the year 500. But the closer we get to right now, the steeper that curve of change gets, making that jump almost impossible to survive.
And this shows you exactly why. I want you to think of all of human history as a 1,000-page book. For the first 999 pages, things are pretty much the same. The population, it stays under 1 billion. Weapons? We've got spears, maybe some cannons. Then you get to the very last page, and on that single page, the population explodes to 8 billion, and we invent nuclear bombs. We are living on that last page, in this moment of insane exponential change.
And that, right there, leads to this terrifying paradox. The same incredible tech that has made our world feel like magic has also given us the power to completely wipe ourselves out. The better things get, the higher the stakes become. And with stakes this high, man, you'd hope we'd be at our absolute wisest, right? But what if the exact opposite is happening? We spend so much time and energy blaming politicians or the media or, the other side. But what if we're looking in completely the wrong place? What if the real root of all our problems isn't what we're all fighting about, but how we're thinking about it in the first place? This is the key. Seriously, we are obsessed with what people think, their position on the political map, but we totally forget to ask how they got there. And that how, well, that's where the real story is.
So let's create a tool for this. We'll call this vertical axis the ladder. Think of it this way. Up at the top, on the high rungs, your thinking is all about finding the truth. But down at the bottom, on the low rungs, thinking is just about defending your identity and making sure your team wins. It's basically a spectrum, from genuine curiosity all the way down to blind conformity. To make this super clear, let's use 2 characters. The high-rung thinker is like a scientist. They're driven by curiosity. They look at evidence from all sides, and they're totally okay with being wrong. Then you have the low-rung thinker. They're like a passionate sports fan. Their goal isn't truth. It's victory for their team. They cheer for any info that confirms their beliefs, and they boo anything that challenges their side.
The scientists, they love the mess. They'll dive right into all the confusing, contradictory pieces of reality, and they'll try to put together the most accurate picture they possibly can. They don't start with the answer already in their head. They just follow the evidence wherever it takes them. Okay, so that's how people think as individuals. But we don't live in a vacuum, right? We form groups, communities, political parties, entire nations. So what do you think happens when you get a bunch of scientists in a room together versus a stadium full of sports fans?
Let's see how this whole thing scales up. Because when these thinking styles get together in groups, 2 totally different creatures come to light. Let's call them genies and golems.
So, when a group of high-rung scientists gets together, their ability to disagree respectfully and challenge each other's ideas actually creates a genie, a kind of collective brain that's way smarter than any one person. But when a group of low-rung sports fans get together, they just enforce conformity and chant the same old slogans. This creates a golem, a big, clumsy, simple-minded mob that is collectively dumber than any of its individual members. And the difference between them is everything. Genies get smarter together because of healthy debate. Golems get dumber together because of rigid dogma. You could say genies build civilizations and golems burn them down. One is the engine of human progress. The other is the engine of tribal warfare.
So if genie thinking is so much better for everyone, why does it feel like we're absolutely surrounded by golems these days? Well, it's because our modern world has become a perfect breeding ground for our worst, most low-rung instincts.
Think about it like this. Our primitive brains crave simple, emotionally satisfying information, the same way our bodies crave sugar and fat. And our modern media has basically become a 24/7, all-you-can-eat buffet of political junk food. It's engineered to be addictive, not nutritious.
So you're scrolling and you see this. This isn't designed to make you smarter. Nope, it's designed to make you angry, to confirm what you already think, your side is good, and the other side is pure evil.
And it is coming from all directions. It's the exact same formula, just with different villains. It triggers that sports fan in your brain. Ha! Look how stupid and awful the other team is.
And one more. Are you seeing the pattern? This constant fire hose of outrage is designed to short-circuit our higher-level thinking. It just pushes us right down the ladder, straight into the arms of our inner golem.
And here's the secret recipe. Here's why it's so powerful. This junk food has 3 irresistible ingredients. First, it confirms what we already believe, which makes us feel smart. Second, it lets us bash the other side, which makes us righteous. And third, it's packed with juicy gossip about political celebrities, which is just endlessly entertaining. It is the perfect recipe for low-rung thinking. Okay, so let's put it all together. Our junk food media diet pushes us down the ladder, turning us from curious scientists into angry sports fans. Then, when we get together in our groups, we stop being creative genies and we become destructive golems. And understanding this, it allows us to completely reframe the entire conflict of our time.
We are completely obsessed with this horizontal battle, left versus right, blue team versus red team. We've been convinced that the biggest threat to our way of life comes from the people on the other side of this line, and we pour all our energy into fighting that war. But that is the great misdirection. The real, terrifying battle isn't the red golem fighting the blue golem. The real battle is both golems locked in this death grip, dragging all of us downhill together, right toward a cliff.
And this, right here, is the single most important takeaway. The most crucial division in our world today isn't horizontal, it's vertical. It's the battle between high-rung thinking, the curiosity, the humility, the collaborative spirit of the scientist, and low-rung thinking, the tribalism, the conformity, and the constant outrage of the sports fan. That is the fight we are all losing. You know, there's an old saying about the cycle of history. Good times create foolish, complacent people. That foolishness leads to bad times, and the hardship of those bad times forces us to become wise again. Here's the problem. With the kinds of existential risks we face now, we can't afford another cycle of bad times to learn our lesson. We have to find a way to get wise without the catastrophe. We have to skip a step. In the end, it all comes down to a choice. A choice inside each and every one of us. So the next time you feel that pull of outrage, that little tribal thrill of dunking on the other side, just pause. Recognize it for what it is. It's the golem's call. And the only way out of the mud is up. So climb.